It's useless.
I'm working outside.
Penny X.
Hello and welcome to the Costless Titan YouTube channel. Thank you for joining me yet again for another New York Giants video. And the topic of the day is obviously the fourth episode of Hard Knocks that we all just saw. And pretty interesting. Again, I am really surprised how much access the camera crew and the producers got into the pre-draft process. So it starts off with them going to pro days for several of, the top recruits across the country. Then they had visits, so they brought in the top 3 wide receivers, top 3 quarterbacks into the Giants facility, and then they talk about all the pre-draft scenarios, which I'm gonna basically start talking more in depth about. First thing that I noticed was no mention of JJ McCarthy, which was very interesting, which basically all but confirms that it was all smoke screens during the pre-draft process that we were in for JJ McCarthy. I fell for it. It didn't make sense that we were interested in JJ, and I really did think that we were going to get JJ McCarthy. And I'm happy with who we drafted. I'm happy with Malik. I think he's going to be a really good player. I don't think he's going to have a good rookie year because obviously I have a horrible opinion of Daniel Jones, and I've made it well known. Maybe we get lucky and Drew Lock beats him out in preseason, and we actually have some. And if he's good enough to knock out Daniel Jones, then I think he should be decent. I'm not saying he's going to be an amazing quarterback, but I think he will just be mediocre, and mediocre should get us, seven wins this year probably. Mediocre quarterback play should get us 7 wins this year. So I'm happy with Malik. I really am, but I was just surprised. No JJ McCarthy. They really wanted Jaden Daniels. They wanted Drake May. Roma Dunze, they wanted him, but probably not at 6, which is very, very interesting, to be honest. I did find it funny when they brought in Steve Tisch. Steve Tisch, like, he's the owner. I get it. He's part owner, but you can tell Steve Tisch has better things to do with this time. It's just the feeling that I got from him was just, he didn't really want to be there. But, they brought in Jay Daniels to the building. Dabes talks to him, and he asks him, do you want to be a New York Giant? Like, do you really, really want to be a New York Giant? And Jaden Daniels said yes. It seemed like if we were going to get a quarterback, it was going to be him. Drake May, I just can't put my finger on it, but I just did not think he was going to be a good quarterback. Maybe too many similarities to Daniel Jones. ACC quarterback basketball school that he's playing at. Yeah, it's I hate to shit on the ACC because I don't really have anything against it, but I think it's just too many similarities to what Daniel Jones was I know that he had way better numbers in college, don't get me wrong, than Daniel Jones, but I just, and then all the guys are sitting around the draft room, weeks before, and they're talking about, well, if we do go and draft a quarterback, what are the odds historically that these are quarterbacks that, let's not even say they are great, let's just say they stick with their original team that drafted them, and you go down the list, and it's pretty funny. You see Blake Bortles, you see Marcus Mariota, Johnny Manziel. Like, you see some absolute bums. Josh Rosen's in there. It was just funny to see, like, and then they show 2019 where it's Kyler and it's Daniel Jones. Kyler, let's be honest, people still aren't sold on him yet. And Daniel Jones, of course, the only reason it's beyond logic why he's still at New York. But he should be because they put their name in red if they left their original team. Should the Daniel Jones's name should have been in red, but you know it is what it is. And then they bring in the owners and they go over what happens, possible situations that they may face on draft day. But no mention of JJ McCarthy, like I said, which was very, very shocking. Very interesting that there was a good chance we were going to get trade down to 9 with Chicago. We're going to get like a third and fourth rounder. Um, if but only if our Harrison and Nabers were off the board. So, and that was basically the biggest thing that I saw as well was just they wanted Nabers. They wanted Nabers. If they can't get Nabers, Marvin Harrison. They bring in the wide receivers coach, and the wide receivers coach interviewed, or he basically had a film session with Harrison, Nabers, and Odunze, and Joe Schoen asked him straight up, "Who do you want? If you have the number 1 pick, all of them are available. Who do you pick?" And he said Nabers, and then Dable mentions that he called Nick Saban, his former boss, asked him, who do you you know all these guys, or at least the guys that played in SEC. Who do you think's the best players? He said there's 2 game changers. It's Brock Bowers, and then he mentioned Malik. Those are 2. They fuck up my game plan each and every time. So, yeah, I think it makes Malik look really good. I know. I don't even want to say it's a controversy because I just think it's fucking stupid, honestly. Like, let them. Like, I've done worse, but him getting filmed at a strip club, like, dude, when the guy's probably not even 21, or if he's just 21, I was at those places all the time when I was 21. So yeah, I just don't view it as a big deal. He's 21. Let him live his life as long as he's not driving home drunk, doing illegal stuff, and putting the New York Giants in a bad position. He can do whatever he wants. So it's pretty cool to see that this is the player that Joe Schoen wanted, and that's basically it. We got who we wanted. Of course, it would have been nice it would have been more exciting to go and trade up to 3 and get a quarterback of the future. It would have been nice to trade back and get more draft picks. But at the end of the day, we got what we wanted, and that's the thing. If one thing that worries me just a little bit, I don't want to overstate it because it's not even like I think Joe Schoen and Brian Dable have it because they know who they're drafting. They know what type of personality he has. But Malik Nabers hates losing, gets mad when he doesn't get the ball. They know who they're dealing with. At least they know going in what they're getting themselves into. He's a great player. He's going to be amazing, but Daniel Jones is fucking garbage. And you already know, I can already see first game against Minnesota. Daniel Jones is just dog shit, staring down his first choice receiver and not seeing that Malik is wide open. It's just, it infuriates me, in my bar stool at Twin Peaks watching the game. But I can only imagine Malik Nabers. And it's just, it just goes back to Daniel Jones. I really, really hope, and more than likely, this is the last year of Daniel Jones, thank goodness. But yeah, it's just, I'm not looking forward to seeing Daniel Jones play quarterback, but hopefully Malik Nabers doesn't lose his head like I lose my fucking head watching the New York Giants play football. But yeah, it's I have no worries. Dable knows who he's. I think Dable is going to be able to not control Nabers because I think that's what makes Nabers a good player is his drive and his fire, but he knows how to control it somewhat, put it within reason, not have him fucking because of course you already know as soon as there's an argument with him and Daniel Jones or he's, hitting a field goal net with his helmet, there's gonna be, oh, he's just another OBJ, he's another distraction, he's another this. It's a bunch of bullshit, honestly. But yeah, I'm not worried about Nabers, but I am worried that maybe, Dable doesn't, underestimates, how to handle him. I honestly, it's not even like a big concern of mine, but just happy, and I'm excited, like I said, to watch the Giants get 6 wins next year. Nothing gets me in the mood more than watching the Hard Knocks show. There was someone in my comment section. Excuse me. There was someone in my comment section that that did say that that I'm being too harsh on the Giants, and I really hope so. Let me make that very clear to you guys. Is I really hope that I'm wrong about this team. That's the point. It's like I do this as a hobby, and I like stating out my opinions here and there. But anything negative about my team, I really just hope I'm wrong. I'm not one of these Giants fans, because there's plenty. Let's be honest. That, oh, see, I told you, we suck, and they celebrate us losing. They celebrate us being an embarrassment. I hope I'm wrong. I really hope I'm wrong. Daniel Jones, what I've said in the past, if he goes and wins us the fucking Lombardi, I don't give a shit. He can win the Lombardi, grab the mic and say, suck my fucking dick. And I'm not going to be offended, because you know what? I'm going to be so fucking wasted. I'm going to be so happy that my Giants won the trophy. I don't care. I really don't care. I'm not an NFL scout. My salary isn't determined on how I evaluate quarterbacks here. I'm just a guy on YouTube, just a fan that wants the best for the team. So I just want to make that very clear. I'm not, because there's too many people like that. Wouldn't even consider them like actual fans. Like, it's just weird that people really just go and just hope the team loses just so they're proven right. And like, I get maybe you feel conflicted if your team's like we're just garbage and you want that number 1 pick. I get it, but yeah, it's just one of those things. I just wanted to make it very clear and obvious before I close out this video. But yeah, I still think we're at 6 wins, 7 wins if we're lucky. But of course, as soon as we get, training camp started too. That was great. That was cool to see. But preseason games, I'm probably not going to look too much into them. Just like any sport, I don't really look into spring training or preseason. I just think it's silly. It's just for the guys, or especially in NFL, it's useless. It really is useless. I know they're coming to Houston, which I could take an hour flight to go see them, but I'm like, I don't give a shit. I'm going to be honest with you guys. That's how little I care about the preseason. But for sure, I'll be doing another video as soon as a new episode comes out next week on Hard Knocks. And then after that, I'll probably wait till the season starts, because I'll do a season preview, record prediction, all that. And then game recaps after each and every game day. So yeah, that's what you can expect on this channel. And hopefully you enjoyed the video and you are looking forward to the content coming up. So please like, subscribe, and comment what you guys think. I know the last video got some comments basically saying I'm too negative. I hope I'm wrong. I really am. I really do. I really do. But thanks for watching, guys. And you guys take care.
When I